It's another beautiful day here in the Shire, where they used to call it a smoke break. A moment of time, however brief, that was entirely yours. Something that you can count on when you needed an emotional factory reset. These days, we call it a cookie break, and this cookie might be all you need to get through the rest of your day. This time, Renee's making
mild-mannered ginger cookies. These are polite ginger cookies, crisp at the edge and a delicately chewy center, dry enough to dunk and just spiced enough to taste elegant. They're unassuming until you realize that half the tray is gone. And with one tiny adjustment, they become a crisp ginger snap that's perfect for using as cookie crumbs in other desserts. And today, I'll show you exactly how to make them.
First step, I've got some flour here. You've got some baking powder, baking soda, salt. We have some cinnamon, ginger, and a little bit of cloves. These are nice and spicy, and they just are delicious. And so we're gonna whisk that all together. Sure we get that. Oh, it smells so good already. Okay, that looks great. I'm gonna put this over here for now. The next thing we're going to do is we've got some sugar here. I'm gonna use my mixer today. We've got some sugar here. We're gonna put it in the mixing bowl. And we also have some butter that this is at room temperature. And we're gonna mix this together until it's light and fluffy. Then start off on a low speed, gradually increasing the speed after it gets mixed. Okay, so that feels great. I'm gonna leave that as it is right now. I'm going to add some eggs just to make this easier on the mix. I'm mixing it up. Put some eggs in there. We've got some molasses here. Let's break that all out. You got some fresh lemon juice. Ginger snaps are notoriously heavy on the taste. This just lightens it up. You don't really taste the lemon, but it gives you a lighter molasses taste, and it absolutely is delicious. And then I've got a slight amount of lemon zest. And just a shout out to the viewer who informed me that if I zest a lemon on the top instead of doing it the way I was doing it on the bottom, it works much better. So I did it this way, and you're right. You learn something new every day. So thank you very much. I'm gonna put it on, gonna mix this well. And we're looking so well combined, and I don't want that. I want it to look really well combined. Okay, I am very happy with that. But this looks absolutely well mixed. You can see everything is mixed in, it's smooth, and it looks perfect. The next thing we're going to do, and this is such an easy recipe, is we're going to take our flour mixture and we're going to put this in. I'm just going to put it in a little bit at a time. It just makes it easier to get well mixed. Leaving it right in the mixing bowl. And in this part, it's just supposed to be stirred. This is just stirring it in. With most mixers at this point, if you did this in a mixer, it's going to clog it up. So the recipe specifically says stir. And I think it's for that reason. This is kind of a thicker dough. When you hit the point where it's hard to push, hard to stir, I just start pushing it in. I lift it up from the bottom and I squash it down again and just keep working until that flour is not, you can't see the flour mixture anymore. Okay, we're almost there. You can see down at the bottom, if you look down at the bottom, there's nothing there. So we've got everything mixed in. I'm happy with that. So this is a perfect looking cookie dough batter. You can see there's air in there. It's all well mixed and it's ready to go to the next step. I can touch it. It looks sticky, but I can touch it. It's a perfect cookie dough. So what we're going to do now is shape these and get them in the oven. It's a 350-degree oven. I have a 4 centimeter or 1.5 inch scoop here. So we're gonna put these on the tray, and I have greased my parchment paper. They do really well if they've got a little fat on the bottom. It helps them brown. So I put butter on this. You can use spray, you can use oil, whatever you'd like to use. So one of the things you can do with these is sugar them. They're divine with rolled in sugar. So the first batch we make, we're gonna put in some sugar. And I just take some sugar and I bounce that around, and then I take it out and put it on the cookie tray. Okay, and then the next step, this one is airing corded, so I'm pressing down on these slightly just to give them a little head start. Okay, and then we're gonna put these in the oven for approximately 10 to 13 minutes.
Feels like break time to me. These cookies are almost done, so I guess I'd better go get that pot of coffee going. Who am I kidding? All you have to do now is push a button. We'll be right back.
Okay, so these have been in for about 10.5 minutes. I'm going to take these out. These are a little bit chewier than a ginger snap, and this is exactly okay. I am going to slam them down just a little bit because I just like to slid cookies down because it makes them a little chewier in the middle. These look perfect for a chewy cookie. If you look at, this is a perfect example. It's got nice brown edges here, and you can see the sugar on the top, and there's cracks and things. Inside the cracks looks shiny but dry, not too dry. And I know these are gonna give a nice crunch, just sink your teeth into it. And so these are perfect if you want them to be chewy. If you don't, then you can go another 2 minutes from the 10 to 11 minutes, and they'll get the crunchy ginger snap feel to them. So I got another pan here, same size, that I'm going to put in. These do not have sugar, and I'm going to take these till they're hard, like around 13 to 14 minutes, because I'm going to use the rest of these in a recipe we're doing for the channel. So this is the recipe I use when I'm doing, I need a ginger snap thing.
These are the kind of cookies that disappear in multiples. So I'm curious, how do you ration out your cookies? 1 with tea, 2 with coffee? Or are you a stand at the counter until the stack is gone type person? Tell me below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so I'm going to take these off of the cookies sheet now. You can make these whatever size you want. The ones you buy in the store are usually smaller. It's a cookie. So let's be serious. I'm going to eat 2 of those anyway, so might as well make them big. And see the bottom of them? They've got the sugar on the bottom. Oh, those look so good. Look at that. They are so brown. They're just a little bit chewy in the middle. And look at that crunch on the outside. We can let these cool, but I think now would be a good time to taste one. I have to express again how crunchy, delicious this is. And so the whole cookie is, oh, yum. It's warm, but it's got this lovely interior that's soft, and when that cools off more, it won't look like that. That just darkens up because it's still hot. These are the best ginger snaps, and these aren't even snapping, and that's the way I love this. So the next batch we make, they're going to be crunching. These are extremely bingeable cookies. They're just like Lay's potato chips. I literally mean that from the bottom of my heart. They are addictive. The bite is what's going to get you. It just chews down and crunches at the same time, and you just can't get enough of this. I hope you try these. They're just lovely.
Ready for seconds? Don't put your spoon down yet. Tap this video and Renee will meet you there.